All right, you guys. So we're here with Bradley from Helium 10, and you know a thing or two about two-step URLs.
Just a little bit.
In the age of 2019, this is the 25th of January 2019. This is always changing, so be aware of that. But as of right now, you want to give a little bit of history on two-step URLs, kind of what they are and like how people have used them kind of in the past here.
Yeah,
we'll get into what's happening today.
Two-step URL is a URL that makes you go to two steps. It puts you through to a search for a product using a certain keyword, and then it takes two steps in order to go purchase it. All right, that's the main one. Now, the one that was always used before, the first one was called storefront, a two-step storefront URL. What that does is it takes you to the seller's storefront, and then it searches for the product, and then you find it there on that page, click on it, and then buy it in two steps. And for the longest time, most of the launch services out there, most of the people who were doing their own launches, like maybe doing giveaways on Facebook or through their email list, they were using the storefront URL. I've used it more than 100 times in the past, but I noticed like about 5-6 months ago, the effectiveness of that URL in all of my tests started going down. I tested it over about 15 or 20 times and only got to page 1 on those maybe like 3 or 4 times out of the 20.
When did you notice that starting to happen?
This was about August, September of 2018 when the two-step URLs. And it wasn't just me. There's plenty of people who are saying the same thing. There are some services like SixLeaf, which is with SixLeaf or Zomblast as they're called. I did over 400 product launches and way more than that keyword launches. Those are just singular products. And before they used two different kinds of URLs. The one was the storefront, which they called Sidewinder, and then they used the heat seeker URL, which is not a two-step URL because that's just an organic search for a product. But around the same time, around October of last year, they stopped using the storefront as their Sidewinder, and they moved to a different one URL because again, for their customers, they were not seeing that much the effectiveness.
Why would they change it? Well, because they make money when they help people, right?
Yeah, they make money when they help people. So if they're getting paid to help people get to page 1 and it wasn't getting to page 1, then that's why they had to change.
And you have like over 100 data points.
Yes.
So I mean, this is that's statistically pretty relevant. If somebody making money off launching with URLs is changing it, and you have 100 points at least.
And there are some people I've seen on message boards or Facebook groups, like a couple people here or there who said they're using storefront and it's working for them. So I'm not sure, is that just based on the product or based on a fluke? But again, I have not used a storefront in over a month because just for like 4 months straight, any test that I did, it just was not that great anymore.
All right, well, that's definitely good to hear. So like I've always said, there's always going to be changing URLs that may or may not work here. Now, let's say so essentially, by the way, while he was explaining with that, basically storefront was you put in a URL and some keywords essentially, and then it would show your brand's products. And then people will go and buy that one there. So now what you're saying is what does work for these URL? Like, are there any super URLs or like basically super URL you used to just get to the product page and it had the keywords. They caught that. Yeah. Then we had a sneaky workaround like, oh, if we just do the brand with the keywords, it works.
Yeah. So there's a brand two-step URL. And actually that hasn't worked too bad. And I've only tested that one about 5 or 6 times in the last 3 months, and I think every time I did get to page 1 on that. So
the brand one still works.
And then the other one that was working for me is something that we call the field ASIN two-step URL, and that's just a name that we put to it because part of the URL it says field ASIN equals, and then you're putting the ASIN in. And the last two-step URL that is not working that much for me, similar, it's a little bit better than the storefront, but still only getting to page 1 half the time, would be what's called the hidden keyword equals ASIN. So that's
what is a hidden keyword?
Hidden keyword means that's literally what it says in the URL. Like hidden keyword is ASIN. So it's like you're searching for you can use lots of hidden fields. All right, like you can do hidden keyword equals anything else in the listing, but really what you're only seeing in the search is a certain ASIN. If you guys are wondering how any of these URLs look, you just go, whether you're a Helium 10 member or not, this is 100% free. You don't have to sign in. Just go to helium10.com, hit gems, and then all of these ASINs that I just mentioned. Yeah, here we go right here. helium10.com/gems. And all of those two-step URLs are down here starting at number 4.
Okay, so here's things like, if you want to do buy to cart, essentially if you want.
And those have nothing to do with keywords. Those are just like things to make things easier to buy.
These are some nice little tricks and tips. And,
So here's the storefront, which again I am not recommending, but we have it here because people still want to use it. They don't want to have to figure out how to make their own two-step storefront URL. So you can do that if you still wanted to.
I mean, it completely.
I wouldn't.
Pretty much irrelevant. I mean, but if you want to do that, they still offer that service for free.
Sentimental reasons, who knows? You never know. Two-step via brand. Here's the two-step via hitting keyword. And by the way, the two-step via brand, if you're just looking at how it looks, you can see here's the keyword right here, tactical flashlight. Brand is CV Life. Okay. Here's the hidden keyword. All right. This is why it's called the hidden keyword. It gives you ribbed bikini as the main keyword, and then hidden keyword is the ASIN. Right there.
You guys chose a ribbed bikini.
I cannot take credit for
who
doing
made this.
What is a ribbed bikini? Anyways, I'm not sure.
It's the hidden keyword.
It's the hidden keyword.
I don't know.
Right?
Good job, whoever made that page.
Via field ASIN. All right. Why does it say field ASIN? Right.
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning. Ribbed bikini. Field ASIN. There it is right here. By the way, this is a cool little hack right here. You notice right here at the end of the ASIN, there's this little ampersand RH. That whole string right there takes away any sponsored ads on a search result page.
Wow.
You can put that at the end of any search result and then no more sponsored ads right there. Okay. And is that everything? Yeah, those are the 4 different two-step URLs.
So maybe you would want to do that if you were running Google AdWords for a keyword to something. That would be, you don't want to pay. Why pay ads for your competitors to pay for ads to buy the product? Don't do that. All right, cool. So that is going to be that. Now, I just want to say lastly on this, what we're going to say here is that we have the product here, you guys, and why would you use one of these URLs? Okay? You got to be confident that that's the keyword you want to rank for.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like, okay, I'm going to drive traffic or get sales through this keyword, and that's what the goal is here. Yet be careful, because why pay money to rank and give discounts for something that you're just going to fade off the first page? So is that where you typically use it?
I use it like you really have to have done your research. You don't jump right into this. So a lot of those videos that you've already seen about how to do keyword research, how to find the most buyer relevant keywords, that's what you would have done first. And then it's still not a guarantee that that's the best keyword, but the whole name of the game is giving yourself the best chance at success. So hopefully you did all that research correctly and you've determined what keywords are important to your closest competitors. And that gives you a little bit more confidence that, hey, if I get to page 1 on this keyword, maybe, I'm going to have success too.
Yep. So just going into the future here, you guys, they've got these great things on gems here, but at the end of the day, it's going to change. Like, they'll continue to enforce these and break them so they don't work, and we'll probably continue to find more ones. But at the end of the day, just go in the Facebook group or something and see what other people are having as their experience. Maybe you guys could leave experiences down below, but you only want to listen to somebody who knew what they were doing when they did it, because sometimes there's lots of data points. Oh, it didn't work because you didn't do it right. Yeah. Like, of course it didn't work.
I didn't get to page 1. Well, what URL did you use? I didn't use any URL. I just sent it to my listing.
Yeah, I just gave Facebook discounts and it didn't rank me. It's like, well, you didn't use any of these URLs. So, just take that with a grain of salt. You can always use PPC, but if you know exactly what that word is and you're trying to get the sales, this is a method that people use and is out there. I don't use it, but other people do successfully. So that's your personal choice. So thanks for sharing the launch history and the update. I think this is important, because the last thing you want is to give away a bunch of products at 90% and not even rank.
Exactly.